And on this Monday, January 27th, 2025 edition of Newsmakers, President Trump is expected to sign an executive order that will ban people identifying as transgender from serving in the U.S. Armed Forces. That's according to multiple reports. Trump first issued a similar ban in 2017 and will now undo former President Biden's repeal that was made in 2021. The new order will reportedly create new military standards related to gender pronouns and will state that physical readiness is the reason for the transgender service ban. Trump is expected to sign two other orders, including one that reinstates those who are discharged for refusing the COVID vaccine and one that bans any diversity-related programs in the military. A trial over North Dakota's ban on so-called gender-affirming medical care for kids is happening in Bismarck. The trial began today and is set to last 8 days. Three families and a pediatric endocrinologist allege in a lawsuit filed in 2023 that the law violates the state constitution. Then Governor Doug Burgum signed a bill into law in April 2023 that enacted the ban. The law includes an exemption for kids who were receiving such treatment before the ban took effect. Earlier this month, a judge pared down the case, dismissing some claims and all of the plaintiffs but the doctor. As vaccination rates fall around the country, lawmakers are working to loosen vaccine requirements at the state level. Jennifer King reports.
Health advocates are reacting with concern as bills targeting vaccination policy stack up in more than 15 state houses across the U.S. State lawmakers see a political opportunity during President Trump's administration. Scott Burris with Temple University's Center for Public Health Law Research says backlash against COVID-19 vaccines has grown to include more routine vaccinations. Bills in North Dakota and Indiana seek to establish state-level versions of the vaccine injury database maintained by the CDC. New York, Virginia, Connecticut, and Mississippi have introduced bills to restore or expand religious exemptions from immunization mandates. In West Virginia, Republican Governor Patrick Morrisey issued an executive order to enable religious exemptions for the first time. Bills in Wyoming, Oregon, and Oklahoma would prohibit discrimination against people who aren't vaccinated. Vaccination rates to fight dangerous infections like measles and polio continue to fall nationwide, and whooping cough cases have reached a decade high. Jennifer King, Washington.
Vice President J.D. Vance is slamming the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops after they criticized President Trump's policy that would allow immigration agents to make arrests in places such as churches and schools. The chairman of the conference's Migration Committee was joined by other Catholic group leaders in a statement saying, quote, turning places of care, healing, and solace into places of fear and uncertainty will not make our community safer. Speaking on CBS's Face the Nation, Vance questioned if the conference is more concerned about humanitarian concerns or, quote, their bottom line. The U.S. Supreme Court has agreed to hear a bid to approve a publicly funded religious school. The justices will rule on a dispute over the proposed Catholic school in Oklahoma, which will be paid for by public tax dollars. And that's Newsmakers for this Monday, January 27th, 2025 edition. I'm Keith Black.